Hey everyone, this is bloodmako and this is the last gate for Transcendence tier 2. For this particular fight, I brought Garland, Terra and Sarah. Mainly because the second boss you need someone that can delay, which Garland is perfect for. The last one you have to apply 5 debuffs. Okay, let's go in order. How about that? At wave 1, you need to do elemental damage. Fire, lightning, wind, maybe water, I'm not so sure. Basically it is the bosses for fairies. Which is why I brought Ignis as my call, as usual. The fire imperil, or the enchant, sorry. The second wave is the Orb Condition is to delay. So Garland, who else right? This is his Transcendence stage as well. Yeah, the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix. Yeah, it's pretty annoying when she reincarnates. And that's when the real fight begins. But anyway, we'll talk about it when the fight is actually there. So I put my Ignis core on Sarah, so that Terra can do her thing as usual, go crazy and do as much damage as possible with her LD. Interestingly enough, these bosses are actually not very tanky. As you can see, they're already at 72% health. I sped up the video by 1.5 times because the full video was about 26 minutes. It's crazy long boss fight. But yeah, these bosses, they like to do a single target HP attack. This is actually my second run. My first run wasn't recorded. I only realized it after the fight was over, and I was like, okay, I have to do it all over again. But it's okay. I didn't get a better score, but I had full HP. That's something nice. But yeah, so the orb actually doesn't disappear. So you need to maintain the core, or at least make sure that the orb doesn't hit 0 obviously. Which you realize that was what happened to me towards the end of this wave, where Sarah went and the core ran out, which is why I had to use another of Terra's LD. Yeah, this particular hit, these are Goken, so they will do single target HP attack, and they will come out of break also. And it doesn't do much, but the HP requirement is actually quite small, seeing as quite tight, seeing as the last wave you don't really have a lot of chances to heal. And it's also why I brought this is heal, because only the second wave is will absorb holy. The first and third wave you are able to use holy. So yeah, I use this LD to overbuff my party, so that I don't really need to heal as much at least. And also because these all attacks that they are going to do, so it is an AoE HP attack. So, but it doesn't hit very hard. So with the LD of this heal active, or rather the overheal active, my team doesn't really need to heal off the damage, as you will see pretty soon. But if it's possible, I'll just say avoid it, because it also delays. And as you can see, these bosses also have their recharge bar. Thankfully, I didn't have to deal with that particular mechanic. I actually had to LD here, because I saw that the orb countdown was getting very low, and I didn't have Ignis core active anymore. If not, I would have rather saved Terra's LD for when Garland's burst was active. I actually planned to do that, but this particular boss was taking quite a bit of my time. So ideally, I would have finished them off without using the second of Terra's LD. Also, another thing to take note was that, as you realize, just now the previous wave, we actually had a rage mechanic, so might want to at least finish both of them off at the same time, or make sure that when you finish one off, the other one doesn't take a turn. So for this second wave, this Dark Phoenix or whatever it's called, the lock boss basically, not particularly difficult. He doesn't really spam much HP attacks in this phase at least. I think the first 2 attacks for me was a single target, just brave damage only, so it wasn't really, I wasn't really in any danger. You see me using some HP++ instead of their skills, mainly because in my first run, for Terra and Sarah, yes, and even Garland, I realized that they were running out of skills, and the bosses were close to dead, but not exactly, so it's about 12-ish%, and they only had like 1 or 2 skills left, so that was the issue I had in the last wave. Which is why sometimes you see me using a HP plus instead of using skill. So this boss, as I was saying, absorbs holy. So if you do have to heal, you should use Ignis Call or whoever call you have that is obviously not holy, like this is heal. Well, in this particular time of the fight, the boss is doing an all attack, and it's actually the magma wave, the AoE HP attack. It doesn't matter whether it's broken or not, you will just do it anyway. And I chose to not heal the damage because one, it was not a lot because of the over my party being overhealed, and also because the next boss, because I didn't really bring a lot of healing, I brought Paladin Cecile and Ignis only. You will say, oh, that's actually 2 calls, but yeah. This whole fight in general, they do quite a few HP attacks, so that's something to take note. But with Garland, I'm able to delay most of the HP so that I can negate some of the later ones. But yeah, I decided not to heal the damage, as you will see pretty soon. I actually let the boss go, which I don't recommend that you do, because he will basically heal himself almost to full auto full basically. I didn't chose to burst now because Sarah's HP damage increase wasn't active. I was trying to see, if Garland was to speed up after Sarah. But yeah, no ball. So yeah, just use a skill, just let Sarah do her thing, apply all the debuffs, and then burst. Because the boss, for some reason, its turns are really close, and I decided to burst now. It would be more ideal to burst when it's way lower, maybe 70 or even 50% if I was able to delay all the way. Or the most preferable outcome would be to burst at the last wave, because that is the issue wave, Or that is a whole other a pain to deal with. But yeah, you basically do not want this boss to take any turns. So as you can see, my health was the damage wasn't much, and I was still within the HP threshold, so I decided to hold on the healing. Alternatively, I could also summon instead of using Garland's burst, because the orb was not active at that point of time. Also, the orb will not be active anymore actually after it reincarnates. So that is another way to do it. I chose to burst because, as you can see, Garland's skill was, well, it's still in a good place, but the issue was that the next wave will take a lot of his skills, especially his round H, because you want to delay both of them. And also, you will notice that while I'm doing quite a significant amount of damage to this Dark Phoenix, the damage in this burst sequence was not particularly amazing. I didn't break the 1 mil cap. It was mainly because of all the Brave reduction and stuff. And also because Sarah was not able to Brave or give Garland Brave before I burst, so that his EX will do a lot more damage. yeah, turns out that Garland works really well with Sarah, so she braves him, and then he does his EX like right now. And it also helps that she increases the HP damage taken by the boss, so that the initial first few hits of his EX, even though it doesn't cap, right, it will increase because of her LD effect. Or her rework at least. So yeah, here is where I use another one of Sarah's LD, mainly because Garland's burst effect is active, and just you know, spam this. More annoying than anything else. This down. The real fight is in the last boss, where most of your party's skills are already, you know, more than halfway gone, and then you have to deal with so many annoying mechanics of that particular boss. The last, this wave's boss is mainly to get you to try and use fairies. This entire fight is based on using fairies. Basically, you want the boss to have 5 debuffs so that the orb will not increase. You don't have to worry so much if the 5 debuffs are not active all the time, but just apply them whenever it's possible, because the count actually increases if you attack them when there's 5 debuffs. So that's something nice at least. And another thing to note is that these bosses, if you let them take a turn, right, they actually will cleanse themselves. They will, or rather, in my fight at least, they cleanse themselves when they take a turn. It might be a HP threshold thing. I will put more description of these particular bosses in the description of this video. But yeah, so these bosses, they actually cleanse themselves, but they do not remove frame debuffs. So they only cleanse those that are not frame. So I actually bought fairies to remove their buff and to apply the 5 debuffs. But if you don't have, right, Amy works too, because of the amount of debuffs she brings. Basically, all you have to do is just work them with frame debuffs. They cannot cleanse it, and then you won't have much issue. The next one of the mechanic is actually that what the stance they are in right now, the killer mode. So basically, any healing that you do will become a HP reduction. So if you heal for, let's say, 10,000, right, with this killer mode activity, it becomes you damaging yourself for 10,000, which makes healing a real pain in this boss fight. But it is still manageable. You know? All you have to do is just time your heals in between when they are in killer mode and they are off killer mode. For my fight, I actually delayed them so much that they went out of killer mode. Yeah, as you can see, killer mode cancelled and then immediately activated. So I didn't really have a chance to heal until towards the end. That's when I got lucky, and also kind of ruined my score because I was just delaying so I could heal. Right now I should actually heal instead of delaying some more. But their all attack is a AoE HP attack, and it will come out of break when you do it. So something to take into account. Right here I didn't well, destroy is a weird word to say. I didn't get rid of their frame buff because as you can see, Garland only had one more turn, and I didn't have any more LDs with Terra, so I decided that I was going to summon here. So the orb I can keep as much as you want, but once in the summon I can just reapply all 5 debuffs, or put 5 debuffs on them and then slowly increase the turn count again, the orb count again. So right here in this summon, I was just trying to do as much damage as possible while trying to delay both of them at the same time. Which is why you see me spamming with Garland's his round H and his LD. I actually checked to see if I was still within the HP requirement, just on the off chance that I'm not able to heal the damage. But I'm not able to delay them enough because they have too much HP and the delay was only for one turn. So they are definitely going to get all of that off. And as you can see, Terra was actually running low on her skills already. I was actually trying to conserve as much as possible. Right here I was trying to get one to come out of break so that I can delay them even more. But I only managed to get A to come out, and thankfully B came out after that so that we can break them in order. And these bosses are also not really tanky, but they get very annoying if you let them take too many turns in a row. You will see later on when I believe I killed B first, and then they don't have a rage mechanic, but because A went again, it granted himself a shield, and this particular shield has there's no way for us to break it because you'll be hitting 0 on the shield. You'll see it later on. Thankfully he wasn't at a very high health, so I could just use Sarah to brave everyone, and then after that just just do raw HP damage. But yeah, oh god, I really love the amount of damage Cullen is doing right here. This is at the later part of the fight and he's still doing cap damage. That's insane, man. And look at the amount of damage he did to B. He instantly put B to a single digit health. And then proceeds to destroy him. Yeah, that was so satisfying. But yeah, you see really soon, I believe after this, that this boss, after attacking Terra, it actually granted itself a shield. Yeah, you see, this shield, here I am checking the HP requirement, and you see me just doing brave attacks and trying to tickle its health down. Mainly because I was not able to meet the HP requirement and I wanted to get him out of its killer mode. Yeah, and thankfully it does. So yeah, you see me immediately proceeding to do it. And at this point I could have just finished him off, but the perfectionist in me decided that nah, I want to have full health, so I decided to heal with Ignis again. I was right there, I was actually checking the turn count, whether I was able to make the turn count. And yeah, the turn count was actually pretty generous. But yeah, so in general, just don't let the boss take too many turns, because then you have this annoying shield mechanic to deal with if you don't have fairies. But yeah, my artifacts and orbs are the same, and no changes whatsoever. Good luck for your fight, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.